Good morning, everyone. My name is Marisa Calder, and I am the International Program Coordinator here at Incarnate Word. I know you may be joining me from all over the world, so it may not be morning where you are, but it is morning, and I'm working from home here in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm really excited this morning to tell you a little bit about our school. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to share my screen here. So just bear with me for a moment. So as I mentioned, I am the International Coordinator for Incarnate Word High School, which is located in San Antonio, Texas. We are a girls' high school, a Catholic girls' high school. We've been around for a long time, since about 1881, so that's about 140 years. And we're excited to be talking to you about that today. So I've worked at Incarnate Word for about 2 years now, but I've actually been working with international students for a long time, since 2014 or so. And so my whole job here is to support you as you're applying to Incarnate Word, when you come to Incarnate Word, with any questions that you may have, basically until you've graduated. And even then after that, I'm still going to be the one to help you with any questions that you have, because my whole job is just to work with our international students. So we're really special in that we have someone that's there just for you, just to help you with any questions that you have, any issues that you have that are specific to you. So you may be asking yourself, especially in this challenging time, why should I study abroad? Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's too dangerous right now. But I would say that it's still something that you need to consider in the long term, right? So we're in a difficult time right now. We're all doing the best we can, and things are changing really rapidly. But you still want to be thinking a couple years down the road, right? What kind of college do I want to go to? What kind of job do I want to have? And the reality is that after all of this crisis has passed, it's still going to be a competitive global economy. It's still going to require citizens and people and students that are globally competent people that know how to travel, that know how to interact with people from other cultures, that speak more than one language, and that have a really great education. This is still something that you want to be thinking about for the long term. And for those reasons, it can be really valuable to come abroad during your high school years because you get the chance to really bump up your English. You get the chance to get college counseling advice from actual college counselors in the United States, and you get used to US culture in the classroom before you actually go to college. Those are really important things. And the other great thing about studying abroad is that you also just get to learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about what's really important to you, and become a more well-rounded person. And so what is the brain power connection? You may have seen this on the first screen. The brain power connection is actually is a pathway program through the University of the Incarnate Word. So we are comprised of several different elementary schools as well as middle schools and high schools. So today I'm talking to you about one of our high schools, Incarnate Word High School, but we're all kind of one big family. And the benefit of that is that we actually work closely with the university to provide even more resources to the high schools. It means that you can take college credit classes at the university while you're still in high school, and basically get the support of the entire system. So we do have another high school called St. Anthony Catholic High School, and we will be having an information session for that as well. So if you're interested, please contact me. Okay, so first I'm going to play a little video that just kind of introduces you to our school.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let me start you off with a little bit of history. Founded in 1881, the Sisters of Charity of Incarnate Word established Incarnate Word High School on the current UIW campus and moved it to this site in 1951. We strive daily to demonstrate our core values of academic excellence, integrity, service, community of faith, stewardship, and compassion. Some of the sisters worked as educators and principals here at Incarnate Word High School. Today, we have two sisters who work daily in our testing center. Let's head there now. This is our testing center, where we come to take most major tests and assessments throughout the year. Our modular system allows each individual student to decide when it's best for them to take their tests. It teaches us the time management skills necessary for not only college, but for life. Welcome to our cafeteria. We have 5 mod options here at Incarnate Word High School. Lunch is a great time to spend bonding with your classmates. You can either buy a hot meal here or bring your own lunch. Hey guys. Hey Emily. At an all-girls school, women are called to participate in the classroom and speak their minds. We have many opportunities to express our faith here at Incarnate Word High School. Currently, our peer ministry is preparing for Mass. We have Mass once a month, including Holy Days of Obligation. We're also able to express our faith through reconciliation, adoration, rosary, and grade level retreats. This is our Latin and costuming classroom. Mr. Weil is our resident Latin teacher and our theatrical costuming expert. Here we have Emily, who participates in both Latin and theater. Can you tell us a little bit about the foreign language options here at Incarnate Word?
So here at Incarnate Word, we offer 4 different foreign languages: Latin, obviously, Spanish, French, and Japanese. And if you do Japanese, you do have the option to do a foreign exchange program.
Wow, that sounds like it might come in handy. What are we working on right now?
Our sewing club costumes for theater every year. Right now, we're working on our children's show. We do about 3 to 4 shows a year.
That sounds exciting. I can't wait to come see. Here, you got this?
Yes.
Thanks for letting me help. Incarnate Word's library is always full. Students come here to utilize the discussion rooms or to get work done in this nice, quiet environment. As you can see, the library displays artworks. Our fine arts department allows students to express themselves in a variety of mediums. I also heard about some new technology, but for that, I'm going to find Dr. Downey.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Dr. Downey. Did I hear correctly that we're getting some new technology here?
We are getting new technology. In an effort to create a technology-enriched curriculum, Incarnate Word High School is really stepping up our game and going to bring more devices on campus. For example, the discussion room, which we use often. So Emily, instead of the whiteboards, Incarnate Word High School is going to replace them with display boards. The display boards allow students to work in a collaborative environment, such as the discussion room, and it allows also for us to individualize the learning process. And these are going to be placed in every classroom, in the discussion rooms, and other areas strategically throughout the school.
Thank you, Dr. Downey. That's so exciting. I can't wait. This is our science building, which hosts all of our lab sciences. It offers a variety of on-level AP and honors courses, including biology, physics, chemistry, environmental science, and aquatic science. Let's check out what they have going on here. It's an aquatic science lab.
We're currently doing a lab in which we're comparing the salinity of freshwater and saltwater. The freshwater represents water that can be found in aquifers, which we're currently studying in our aquatic science class.
Thanks for sharing, Tori. Our science and math programs here at Incarnate Word offer really strong STEM programs, including 2 robotics teams. Welcome to the McGowan Gym. This is one of 2 gyms we have here at Incarnate Word High School, but serves as our main gathering place for pep rallies, dances, and is home to IWHS athletics, including 10 varsity sports: basketball, volleyball, softball, soccer, swim, dance, tennis, golf, track and field, and cross country. Did you know that our softball team has 9 TAP state championships, or that our dance team has a bid to 2 national competitions this year? In addition to sports, we have over 30 clubs and organizations for you to choose from. There's truly something for every Shamrock here at Incarnate Word. If we can do all of this in 140 years, imagine what we can do in the next 140. Come on now, it's time to reimagine our future.
Okay, I hope you all enjoyed watching the video. So now we're going to move on and just talk a little bit about us. So you just learned a lot about us from the video. And as they mentioned, we offer AP classes, honors classes, and we are a college preparatory institution. And what that means is that we do expect all of our students to go to college. And you can see here that actually all of our students do matriculate into college immediately after graduation. So if you are college focused, we are going to be a really good fit for you. We do have a really strong STEM program, so if you're interested in science, math, particularly robotics, we have really great coursework for you as well. We also offer really small class sizes, and we have faculty that have been there for 20, 30, and 40 years. They're really there to help students and really know the institution really well. And of course, we are an all-girls school, and so what that means is that we are a really empowering place for young women. So you don't have to worry about speaking up in class because everyone is going to be on your level and everyone will be there to support you. So that is the benefit of going to an all-girls school. We do have other international students here as well. So they're a pretty small percentage of the population, but we do have students from 6 countries that attend our classes at the moment. And so where are we located? On the map that we're actually located quite far south in the United States in the state of Texas. So quite close to the Mexican border, which means we have a nice warm weather, nice beautiful green trees most of the year. So we are a city of about 1.5 million, and we're actually a pretty major tourist site within the United States because of our beautiful downtown, as you can see in the picture. We also have a strong economy, and we're a very international city because we are close to an international border. And so if you're not convinced yet, let me talk to you a little bit more about why Incarnate Word can be such a good fit for international students specifically. So during this time of crisis and change that we're experiencing right now, I will say that Incarnate Word has been amazing. They have shown such flexibility and innovation. We were able to transition to complete online classes in a week, which is an amazing thing. And the teachers and the staff have been so supportive of students. We've been hosting weekly online town halls to get student feedback, and have just been able to really support our international students. We were able to reach out to every international student individually and have half-hour, 1 hour, 2 hour conversations with them as we help them develop their plans and work with their families to decide what was best for them in the middle of a crisis. So that's the kind of support that you can expect from our school. And that's really important when you're choosing a school, when you're going to be so far away from home, is you do want to make sure you have a school that has that kind of support. So the other major benefit that we're able to offer, because we are part of that Brain Power Connection, is we do offer dual credit classes, which means you can take university classes while you're still in high school and receive college credit for them. So this sets you up in a lot of ways. One, it could make it a shorter time that you have in college, so you might graduate faster. You also get used to the university classroom before you actually go, so you have kind of a safe space to learn about what a university classroom is like. And it looks great on your transcripts for when you're applying to college. We do offer ESL classes, so if you just need a little bit of help with your English, or you just need tutoring or something like that, then we do have ESL classes on campus. We do test all of our international students upon arrival as well. And if you're thinking about university in the United States, coming here in high school is a really good option. So students that are in Texas for 3 years and graduate from a Texas high school actually are eligible for in-state tuition discounts at public universities in Texas. So that's a really big deal because often that can be about 50% discount. It also means that you're eligible to for the top 10% program in Texas, which means that if you are in the top 10% of your graduating class at the high school, as far as your ranking in the class goes, then you automatically get admission to University of Texas at Austin, which, as you probably know, is a really well-ranked public university here in the United States. You also are going to be eligible for additional scholarship opportunities at the University of the Incarnate Word, which, as I mentioned, is our partner university. And we also are able to give you that personalized college advising. We provide the SAT on campus twice per year, and that's going to really just benefit you as you're preparing for college and just give you that extra little bump. We're also located in a really safe part of town. We're in a really nice residential neighborhood, quiet, great to study, located in the middle of town as well. So just a really nice place to go to school. And speaking of college, you can see here some of our international graduates from past years. This is where a lot of our international graduates have gone in the past. So in the past 3 years. So you can see a lot of students tend to stay in Texas. We have a number of excellent universities here. So a lot of students do stay here, but we also have students go out of state. We had a student last year go to University of California, Boston University. So the sky's the limit, but this kind of gives you an idea of where our graduates are headed. And so you may be wondering what an average school day is going to look like for us. So you heard in the video that she talked about the special schedule that we have here at Incarnate Word. And so basically our schedule is set up like a college schedule where you have open periods that you have to schedule yourself, where you can go talk to your teachers for office hours, do your homework, take tests, anything like that. And so we actually don't have every class every day. So you would have 8 subjects total, but you would probably only attend 3 to 4 of those classes per day. So you have a little more spaced out schedule that teaches you that time management. We are in school from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day. And you can see here what our requirements are for all 4 years of high school. So if you're coming from a different country and you're not coming in the 9th grade, that's okay. So we can accept your transfer credits from your international high school. Or if you are coming from a 3-year high school country, we can also accept that last year of middle school as your 9th grade credits. So we are able to look at your transcript and decide, see what you need, and then put you in the right classes. So we can do all that work for you, and you don't need to figure that out. But I do want to take your attention to the bottom row. So we do have required classes like science, math, history, stuff like that. But we also have a lot of electives, which means these are classes that you get to choose based on what you're interested in. So at Incarnate Word, we have a number of different options available. You might be interested in something more like social science, like psychology or sociology, or maybe you're interested in fine arts, so you would take something like painting or graphic design, or maybe you are like music, you might take piano, you might take choir, or even theater class. And we also have public speaking and a number of other things. We also offer advanced sciences and robotics. So these are all really great options, just depending on what you're interested in. And of course, we encourage all of our girls to also get involved off campus and on campus in extracurricular activities. So we do have 10 different athletics programs for girls. So that you heard in the video, she talked about some of the different ones like volleyball and swimming, soccer, all of these things. And we are in the largest private school league in the state. So that means that we have really competitive games and a really excellent athletics program. We also have excellent arts programs, music programs, particularly choir, and as well as a student-led theater troupe. And then if you are interested in something that doesn't exist yet, that's not a problem, because students can create their own clubs, and they often do. We do have an international club, which is run by international students, so that's a really special part of our program for international students as well. And in addition, we also have collaborative international programs for students from Incarnate Word and St. Anthony together. So you can see here's some of the events that we did last year. We did take students to the San Antonio Rodeo, which is a big cultural thing here in Texas with cowboys and everything. We also took our students to the Riverwalk for orientation, so you can see that picture there. And then there's other little events throughout the year that we take students to just to kind of improve their cultural knowledge, give them a chance to get off campus and learn something about their city. And we're adding new things all the time. Okay, so now let's get to some more detailed stuff. So let's say I've convinced you and that you're all ready to apply to Incarnate Word for this fall, or maybe for next year. Let's talk about how this would look if you are ready to apply. So our entire application is online. So you'll go to our website after this webinar and click on the international admissions page, and that's going to guide you on how to apply. So you'll submit an online application, and then there's also some additional documents that you need to send in. So we do need your official transcripts, which means your grades from at least the last 2 years. So we'll need all of your high school grades at least. We do need a letter of recommendation from a school official, and they're just going to fill out a form that's on our website. They don't need to write a whole letter or something like that. They're just going to fill out the form. We need a copy of your passport, and that's so that we are able to issue visa paperwork for you. We need a record of all of your vaccinations, your immunization record. We do ask for an English score report. And I just want to let you know that this is not as scary as it sounds, right? So you are able to submit a TOEFL, an IELTS, or a Duolingo English test score report. So if you have not yet taken the TOEFL or IELTS, we recommend that you take the Duolingo because it's cheaper. You can schedule it whenever you want. You can do it in the comfort of your own home, and you can do it on any computer that has a webcam, right? So we, just depending on what you've done so far, we usually recommend that you do the Duolingo. We do not have a minimum cutoff score, okay? So what does that mean? That means that no matter what you score, you are still eligible for admission. We will look at all the pieces of your application together, but there's no minimum cutoff score because we do offer ESL here. So that means that we are able to help you with your English if you need it. And we are going to consider your entire application holistically, right? So don't be too scared. Do the best you can on your English test, and then we're going to review the results with you, okay? And then we also do need some financial documentation. We need a bank statement. Typically, we want an original bank statement that's sent from your bank. During this time, when things are interrupted and we know a lot of banks are closed, we are going to accept digital copies of that. As for TOEFL and IELTS, the same thing is happening. They are offering at-home tests at the moment in a lot of different areas. Not in every country, so please check. If you're not able to take the TOEFL or IELTS again, you can always take the Duolingo English test. And then we do have an international application fee of $100, which you can pay online. So after we've gotten all of that information from you, the next step is to have an interview. And so again, the interview is nothing to worry about. It's usually very short. It's usually about 15 minutes, and it's usually with me. So it's just a chance for us to get to know each other a little bit, and for me to learn a little bit about what your interests are, for you to ask me any questions that you have, and just to kind of get to know each other before you get to campus. And so then after that, we're going to review your whole application, and then we'll let you know our acceptance or denial decision as soon as we possibly can. And so once we do that, what we're going to do is we are going to send a I-20 form to you. And so what the I-20 form does is it allows you to apply for a student visa at the US Embassy. And so as you probably know, right now, many of the embassies worldwide are closed, but it is only April right now. So we are pretty hopeful that even if you're interested in fall 2020, we still have time. So what we're gonna do for right now is if you are interested in Incarnate Word, please apply as soon as possible. And then that allows us to really get ahead and make plans, right? So once we go through your application and you're accepted, then we will send out the I-20 and your acceptance letter as soon as we can. And then what we're all gonna do is we're gonna just wait and watch to see if the embassies are reopening. And then once the embassies reopen, you'll be all set to go apply for your visa and be the first one in line. So we are going to offer flexible arrival policies this year because of course of the entire situation. So we are planning to offer normal classes starting in August. We are still accepting applications for fall 2020. And there is up to a 30-day grace period upon arrival. So what that means is if normally we start August 17th, we are going to allow you to arrive as late as September 16th, because of course, we know that the visa situation this year is going to be very challenging. So we're gonna work with you really individually to make sure that we can work something out. And if it's not gonna be possible to travel in the fall, which of course we don't know yet what the situation is gonna be in every individual country, if you're not able to travel in the fall, we're gonna automatically defer your acceptance to spring 2021. And so we're gonna send you a new I-20 that starts in January of 2021 and help you through the visa process after that. So, and that's gonna be automatic, it's gonna be free for you, so there's no risk really. If you're interested in coming here, go ahead and apply for fall. If it doesn't work out, then we're gonna just push it back. So we will work with you to figure out the best thing. Okay, so the next thing I wanna talk to you about is the fact that we are a homestay model school. So what does that mean? That means that all of our international students stay with families here in our San Antonio local community. And that may sound a little bit scary to you if you're not very familiar. But having a host family is actually a really great way to learn about another country and to learn about American life. And that's actually the best way to improve your English is spending most of your time with an American family. So you can see here, this is actually one of our Japanese students who stayed with one of our families here. You may recognize the girl in the picture from the video that you saw actually, because she is one of our senior students here at Incarnate Word. And it's a really amazing opportunity to learn what an American family actually is like, learn about our cultural traditions, ask questions from people that you trust. You really are able to improve your language learning. You'll live like an American lives. You'll get away from your own culture that way. You'll also gain a new family and a support system here, which is super important. It may not sound important right now, but once you get abroad, things can be challenging. Things can be hard in the transition. So having that family support when you're here is really amazing. It can be a really amazing part of your study abroad experience. So we work with 2 different homestay agencies that are professional, that have really high standards to make sure that you have a really safe and supportive host family for you, that works for you. And just make sure that you have that 24/7 support. In case there's any issue, you can always feel safe and your parents can feel safe. So the 2 companies we work with are American Homestay Network and the American Home Life International. And so they have different options depending on what your needs are, what your preferences are. And so after the point of acceptance, we would have you talk to them, meet with them, get an idea of what this entails, and then you can choose a homestay program that works for you. Excuse me. So now let's talk a little bit about tuition. So as I mentioned, there is a $100 application fee. And then below that, you can see that is our tuition and academic fees. So that's everything. That's all tuition and fees all wrapped up together. We do require students to purchase our health insurance because that is going to be a requirement of your visa. And so this is the health insurance that's going to allow you to use healthcare in our area. And of course, in this time, it's very important that everyone is covered. And then past that, there is also the homestay fee. So altogether, you can see the total there changes a little bit depending on which homestay option that you choose. The one other thing I'll mention is that if you do have a family member or a family friend or someone that your family is close to in the San Antonio area and you'd like to stay with them, you'd like to nominate them to be your host family, you can opt for that top line parent nominated host homestay, and that's going to be significantly cheaper than some of the other options where they're finding a host family for you. So if you already know someone in the area, that can be a really good option, because then you're only going to basically be paying for background checks, safety, just overall support, but you're not paying to actually find the host family and that kind of thing. Yes, and then we do also offer some scholarships and discounts. If you are able to apply early, and I know this year it might be a little bit challenging, the early bird discount, if you pay your tuition in full prior to, and that's just tuition, not the homestay fee. If you pay your tuition in full prior to July, then you are eligible for a 3% discount off of tuition. And I will note also that tuition is going to be refundable. So if you are eager to come and you really want to come in the fall and you want to get that discount, you can go ahead and pay. And then if you aren't able to come in August, then we can refund that money to you. So you're not going to be out any money except for that $100 application fee. That's the only part that's non-refundable, but everything else is going to be refundable. So again, there's not too much risk in applying and going forward. If you don't end up being able to get the visa in time, or there's continuing travel restrictions, we are going to be able to be really flexible with you and work with you in every way we can. There's also a discount if your younger sister or brother, or your younger sister wants to come along. She's going to get a 10% discount on her tuition. We also offer some scholarships that are specifically for international students. So one is going to be the Catholic Community Scholarship. If you're coming from a Catholic school in your home country, then you can be eligible for this $1,500 per year scholarship. And then if you're not coming from a Catholic school, that's okay. You would still be eligible for this International Scholars Merit Scholarship, which is going to be $1,000 per year. So there is an additional application for that, which you can also find on our website. Okay, so we covered a lot today, and it doesn't look like there's any questions, so I'm going to stop it here. But you can see this is my email address, my office phone number. I'm also available by WhatsApp and WeChat on the second phone number. And please visit our website and follow us on social media. That'll be a really good way to keep up with us as things are changing rapidly this year. So we hope that you want to stay engaged, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you so much.